Well, tell us a little bit more about Helo and how it can empower people to achieve financial independence.
So there's a lot of financial technology that exists today. However, most of that is around budgeting. And the problem with budgets is that they're just a diagnostic tool. A budget is going to tell you where you're spending your money, what categories is it being spent in, where are you overspending, where are you maybe not saving enough or not spending the right amount that you should be. The problem with that is that it's a moment in time and it's usually in the past. Then there's the budget that is a goal budget. It's I would like to be spending this much in these different categories. But again, it's something that you're going to set out to do, and then you're going to reflect on it as a moment in the past and say, did I do it or did I not? And can I tweak it? It's very hard for that to keep up with what's actually going on in your day-to-day life. So that's why the national debt has skyrocketed. In the last 20 years, we've gone up to over $20 trillion in national debt. Our average credit card debt, they're saying, has just reached over $1 trillion, which we think is grossly underestimating, because when interest rates are low, people are taking out home equity lines of credit, consolidation loans, personal loans to pay off credit card debt. So honestly, I think that's been surpassed for a long time. The reason why credit card debt in particular is such an issue is because that is the casual swiping of the card on the day-to-day spending. If somebody who's truly taking out a HELOC, for instance, for maybe an addition on a home, that's not a whimsical spending incident. That's somebody who's taking time out. They're meeting with an architect. They're sitting down. They're making a very big plan. They know what they're getting into with that. Versus somebody who's just, I'm just going to run into Target real quick, and all of a sudden you needed 2 things and you spend $100. That's where really the spending and that is getting out of control. And that's where we're seeing that there's financial institutions. We want to make sure that they're helping people and guiding them the right way. I don't know if anybody's seen, but now you can put your rent on a credit card. We already have people that can't pay back their student loans, and now we're going to have them put housing on a credit card. I'm sure that's going to go well. So this is where we really want to focus on the story of the tortoise and the hare. And that's actually where the name Helo comes from. So it comes from the Greek word Helonia, which means of the turtle or tortoise family. And this is about teaching people how good discipline over a long period of time will yield better results. So this is going to teach them financial education. It will actually be paying their bills for them automatically saving for them, but not just saving for them in a way where it's sweeping money out of an account or rounding up a purchase to $1 and then saving the difference, then putting that into an account that just sits there. Instead, this is very much goal and tactical based. So if a client, when they input their goals, let's say they wanted to buy a home and pay off their student loans and take a vacation, instead of having their goals just be set up to say, all right, well, how much do you want to spend on a vacation? $2,000. Great. Well, you have $1,000 saved towards your vacation goal. Instead, it'll actually take the dollar amount away, and it'll instead say you're 50% of the way towards your goal. Congratulations. And you only have X amount of weeks to go until you've accomplished that goal. By taking away the dollar amount, now that money is no longer burning a hole in that person's pocket, and they're actually being able to gamify the system of being able to see how they're reaching their goals, and they're more motivated to accomplish it just by, and there's, it was even a study that said that just by adding a status bar, a progress bar of how close you are, will increase your ability to reach a goal exponentially. When it comes to retirement, that's another really big question. And retirement, when we think about it in terms of how long that's been around for, it's a relatively new concept. In 1900, the average age that somebody were to pass away, man or woman, was 47 years old. So you just worked until you died. When in 1935, when Social Security came online, the average age that somebody were to pass away, again, the life expectancy of a man or woman was only 62. And your Social Security benefits did not kick in until 65. So they were not anticipating you would be alive long enough, for the most part, to even receive these benefits. That's also important to think about because right around the same time, pensions became a big thing. And even just in the last 70 years, we've seen that they've gone the way of the dodo bird. So that's really important when we think about how retirement in general is a relatively new concept. And the solutions that have been put out there to try to help to calm and just pacify this issue has not been very successful. And that's why it's even more important to work with a financial advisor. People are also living longer. The highest growing segment of population in age is 100 to 110. Our life expectancy is just getting longer and longer. And when you think about even our health expenses, those are just growing right as well along with it. So this is meant to be truly an educational platform where not only is it going to help you on the behavioral side, using AI to be monitoring what's going on to tell you live in time during the course of the month, hey, John, you've spent 80% of your discretionary spending budget, but it's only the 17th of the month. You better tighten up the purse strings for the second half of the month. It's going to be able to give live feedback like that to help curb spending and help to increase our discipline around money. But it's also going to create some automation, some streamline, but truly educating people that want to be able to take that next step in their financial education. There's also no sale of any product. This is completely product agnostic, and it truly is just about helping you to reach your goal. And at the time where you do maybe need some more sophisticated planning, or you've gotten to the point where you're ready to take it to the next level, or you just have some more complex life events happening, it will be able to introduce you to a professional, whether that's an estate planner, a CPA, a financial advisor, etc.